Welcome to the 13th dimension.
Live from a studio audience. Just kidding. There's no audience.
We're not even live.
I'm Scott.
Annabelle.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Freddy.
We have a great show. Halloween special. Dude, this is going to be amazing.
It is.
Yes,
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And we got some great guests. We have Scott Perry from Texas.
he will be representing the Wiccan slash. Okay, I can't even hear myself. He will be representing the Wiccan slash pagan aspect of Halloween, and then we also have Mary Williamson from the Netherlands, and she'll be talking about how they celebrate Halloween over there. And we've also got Jenny from Ireland, which ironically is, I think, is a location about where Halloween actually started.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Bring them on?
Bring them on.
Bring them
Let's
on.
do this.
Hello.
Jenny. Hello, Mary. Hello, Scott.
Hey, everybody.
Oh,
Hi.
Man, you guys are looking awesome. I mean,
Makeup.
good Lord.
You
Huh?
too.
I don't know about you guys, but we are absolutely excited about today's show.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
That's great to be here, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Because I'm coming
Oh, great.
out.
So how's everyone doing?
I just exist in
We're
people's dreams.
tired.
yeah.
I'd say so.
Yes.
How many hours did you get sleep?
We got, Crystal and I got home about 3:30. Jeremy got home probably around 4.
I got home about 3:30 this morning. Wow.
Wow.
Didn't get to bed till after 4, and
It was
then
about 5 o'clock by the time I got to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Ish.
God.
We were back up by 10:30.
I was
Yeah.
back up about 10:15.
I was
So
up at
Really? And how did the night go?
I think it went pretty decent last night. I mean, we got to try some new experiments that I know Jeremy and Tim was working on. So it got us to do a little bit of
I literally can't breathe.
so, you know, they wanted to do some experiments that they wanted to try. So it was really good. So
Cool.
we hope we got some
Oh,
good
good.
evidence.
yeah, we you ask.
I'm old.
We know that Bill.
Ah,
This is Grandpa
Yes.
I'm the oldest one of the group, believe it or not.
and the short.
Really? Oh my gosh.
It goes Scott, myself, Jeremy, and then Crystal.
I'm the baby of the bunch.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Hopefully.
And the ringleader too.
And the
Yes.
ringleader.
Yeah, because he's the only one who's got somewhat of the capability of keeping us in line, because the three of us don't.
Somebody, that's a hard job.
In line.
That is going to be a hard job.
Yeah, it already is.
Yes.
You
I
see
can
a
see
lot
it.
of time.
Oh
I can see it.
We're not organized at all. If it wasn't for her,
It-
we would. No,
It takes a woman to get it all in control.
it does
Exactly.
absolutely. It really does.
Right. Yeah.
Take look, no one. Scott's saying nothing.
I'm just going to sit here and smile.
Well, from my experience, us men are all kind of dumb
Oh my gosh.
because
Speak
you
for yourself.
hang on now, you ladies back your eyes a little bit. We go, duh, okay.
Okay, he's got a point there. Yeah.
That or we just crack the whip.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
we just fall right in line. We're just cattle.
Oh my.
Herd us right in line.
Speak for yourself, dude. I'm more like a Chihuahua, and maybe a pit.
My chihuahua's on her bed.
I'm just saying. So, how about we start with each one of you? Tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you're going to represent. How about we start with you, Scott?
Well, hello everyone. I'm from Denton, Texas. I am Coven Sachs Wicca, and I practiced for over like 40 years. I'm also a member of the Cabot Kent Hermetic Temple, so I'm a Cabot Witch to second degree. And a ceremonial magician, I've been practicing since 1991. So I'll be representing the pagans and Wiccans and just kind of sharing what we do. And of course, I have to share what we do during these COVID years because it changes everything, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's move on to Mary.
Mary? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm Mary. I live in the Netherlands. I'm a therapist for profession. So I look at paranormal from a psychological point of view. And I'm working with different people, different areas in the paranormal. And in that way, we hope to get some more insights. And that's about it.
Nice.
I'm Jenny.
Jenny?
I'm representing Ireland. I run Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers. I would specialize more into EVPs. I just it's my specialty. I could be out in an investigation for about 8 hours. I probably get 3 hours sleep, and then I start working for about 6-7 hours on audio. That's what I love doing. Yes, I do. As my profession, I work with rescue animals. I'm a dog groomer, and so I mix. They're both of my passions in life is my animal rescues and paranormal and EVPs.
That is awesome, man.
Jenny and Mary, what town are you from, respectively, over there?
Oh, I'm from Drogheda in Ireland.
Arnhem, the Netherlands, well known from A Bridge Too Far.
Okay.
She say Artem?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
And for those who are not aware, Mary is also the European liaison for the Thames Network, where she handles pretty much all of Europe for me.
That is awesome.
Cool.
She has brought in a few teams for the network, and she would give me recommendations. Okay, this team I think would be good. I'm not so sure about this team, and it works out really.
That is awesome.
That's so cool. That's busy.
yeah, but fun.
Yes.
I'm excited. I love Halloween. Halloween is amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, especially in the United States and our own traditions of dressing up.
Yep.
So
Dressing up, decorations.
decorating.
Yeah.
I don't know if you three have really looked at it, and I know you can't really tell from here, but my house is completely decorated with
Really?
inside and out.
For me, as a kid, even going around and getting the candy and stuff and trick or treating here in the U.S. wasn't as cool as handing it out.
You still? What have you got? Chicken? You have
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. We do chicken nuggets.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And,
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Now we're hungry. Now I'm hungry. Oh, what could you have? I want some like so bad. Please take it. Thank you.
We're here.
Yay! Oh yay! Oh, let me hold it. Give it to me.
Oh,
So we are really interested in your guys' perspectives on how Halloween traditions are where you guys are at.
Very cool. Go ahead and share.
Yeah.
So I think for this, I think we should start off with Jenny.
okay.
I hope you didn't.
Because-
I would hope you didn't.
Where?
I have it written out, and I have to put my glasses on because I do know it. It's just I've been preoccupied with other stuff that I it's something that we have learned a long time, but I do have it in front of me to read out to you. I'm sorry. we all went Halloween. We all went looking for it. I think we went trick or treating, and we would used to get money, but now they don't. They don't give money anymore. So you'd probably make about 10. What would be now 10 pounds when we had sterling, and then a punt, and then what we make now about €10. But now they give candy and fruit. So that's it. So but they used to give, but they don't give money anymore. They used to, but they don't anymore. So I'm going to.
Are there any traditions left over from Samhain that carry on over there?
Sorry?
Samhain.
Yeah.
Samhain.
Is there any traditions left over from the original Samhain?
They do, because back in the day they used to go around like they dress up. They still light candles. I know a very good friend of mine. She has this whole ritual, which I thought was very fascinating, that she would have on Halloween night or Hallows Eve, she would have a salt bath. And she would have salt on all her windows and her doors and so on. And she would prepare a meal, and she'd have an extra plate at the table for the spirits. Sorry, you know?
The dumb supper. Yeah, we do that too.
Yeah, and so I'm going to do it this year, and she would take a bath in salt, but she would not leave the bath until all the water has left, and that's just draining all the negative energy away, and ready for the 1st of November. So that's something I didn't know about, which I will most likely be doing myself. The same thing, dress up, they'll go trick-or-treating. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in what they used to do.
Very cool.
But I have to look up here now. So this is what I looked up, and I should know this, but there's been a lot going on, so I haven't actually. Look at me, and I look great with my glasses on. Let's see. So what they used to do, the Druids built huge, sacred bonfires where the people used to gather to burn crops and animals to the Celtic during the celebrations. The Celtic wore costumes consisting of animal heads and skins, and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. Now we don't do that. we don't do that. So when the celebration was over, they relit their hearth fires, which they had extinguished earlier that evening from the sacred bonfire, to help protect them during the coming winter.
Yep.
This day marks the end of summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter. What else? And it was also often associated with human death. Celtics believed that the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. And on the night of October the 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth, in addition to causing trouble and damaging crops. So and that's what I've learned in school today, because I've had a long week. I'm done. So after that, no, we don't wear animal skins and animal heads. We've stopped doing that. But the rest of it, even and I should know this because I'm from Ireland. I know I'm such a bad representative, but letting the fire go out and relighting it again is some of these traditions that I will take up myself this year.
Very cool.
For sure.
Awesome.
So I've learned something that was in my country. I've learned something. Yay.
That is very awesome. I mean,
And that's the best thing about doing these podcasts and stuff is
Learning everything.
learning things from different people that we never knew, never thought to try in investigations. I mean, we have all kinds of different specials that are going to be coming up that have a different play on paranormal and things that aren't paranormal but are are interesting anyways.
Mm.
So we have different things that we're going to be doing on this show, but learning the different techniques, different traditions, different way things are done in different countries. To us, that's our favorite part of this entire experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and even
And
I
that's
have
really
learned
the
that now.
basis.
I didn't listen in school. I really didn't. Like I got out when I learned it now.
And for this particular show, we've been kicking around the idea of trying to come up with a way to present the different cultures and countries of Halloween. We just weren't exactly sure how we were going to do it.
I like that, man.
That is
I like
brilliant.
That is brilliant, man.
It is. Too bad you can't do that with the machete.
Oh, yeah.
I got a knife.
Yeah, that is
Little,
true.
it's a little machete. Little guy, little machete.
Ouch. What I loved about that, Jenny, when you were talking, I noticed, Scott was agreeing with a lot of things that you were saying. So I'm going to take it. And I know pagan and Wiccan is one of the oldest religion, I do believe. And I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure do I want to say manifested over in Europe, if I'm correct?
Yeah, the word pagan's pretty much anything that's not Christian that predates it. So the native practice of the Europeans is where our faith kind of originates from. And it modernized in the same way that Christianity is not medieval Christianity. Everything changes over time. But it's just like some of the same things. It's some of the modern practices that still echo back from the past. And a lot of what Jenny said is basically some stuff that we actually still do. For example, for witches and pagans, this is our new year. So it's traditional that we'll do some spell work and project for what we want to have happen in the future. We will not, in the Cabot tradition, we will not dress scary, but we will not dress the way that we want to be in the future, because part of that taking on the costume is taking on the role that you want to have. And outside of that, it's a mixture of traditional ancestor worship, which means, the dead come back. So it's like a family reunion. It's so much more like Coco than anything that's scary. Do you remember that movie Coco? Where the dead come back, friends come back. I'm a teacher, so former students, I'll see them that have passed on. And you mix that along with like a usual turning of the wheel celebration. For example, we just had Lammas earlier in the 1st of August. That was the grain harvest. Then we have Mabon, which was the harvest of fruits. And now we're at the meat harvest, which is where you would look at your livestock and see what wouldn't be able to survive through the winter and what you need to salt down and save that way.
Wow, okay.
The turning of the wheel from the old cycle to the new. But being one of those times that's a borderline between the old year and the new year, it opens a boundary between the living and the dead, between this and the that. So it's an easier time to kind of reach people that may not be powerful enough as far as like ghosts and the rest to come through and talk. Again, for us, not a scary time, just a time of recollection and a time of pulling things through. So for us, I should also say I'm a medium and I'm also a paranormal investigator. I don't really do any investigations on Halloween, although I admit that will be a better time to do it. You're more likely going to get some better results. But for us, we'll start off the day as like we'll get dressed in traditional robes. The hat's not traditional, but it's just kind of fun since everyone else was dressing up. And we might have what's referred to as like the dumb supper, which Jenny mentioned. It's no one speaks. We have a place for the dead. And sometimes it's done in reverse in the same way we're bringing the dead back to life. Sometimes it's just done in normal kind of, a normal kind of meal set up. But no one speaks, everyone's silent. And whenever you come into the room, everyone acknowledges the dead that are the honored guests.
Mhm.
Of course, there's a seat for them and plates and food and everything else. And then we write down whatever it is we would like to communicate to them or request from them. And then as we leave the room, we would walk by their part of the table and their chair and burn the petition paper and the candle that was by them and drop it into a small cauldron or ash pot just so we could communicate to them. Later on, we'd have our regular ritual, and then after the ritual, we'd have a party. Some of us, I tend to do tarot readings, so I would do that for people. I might, if the spirits are near me, blank out and do some trance medium work, and everyone else will be doing spell casting and something of that nature. But it goes on throughout the night. And like you mentioned, it's about keeping the fires alive. It's the beginning of winter, so we want to keep that little bit of light from summer still going through the darkest times of winter. And as such, we'd watch the fire. If we're doing the ritual or the celebration outside, we might have what's referred to as a balefire, which is that giant bonfire that Jenny mentioned.
Mhm. Yeah.
When I was younger and doing stuff, this is the Sachs Wicked Coven I'm a part of. Our younger, stupider kids, myself included, used to jump through the fire. Celebration, dancing, and the rest. There's always music. There's always dancing. There's always a lot of food. But you will find, like, your traditional pumpkins and other things. It's basically, it's just harvest. It's harvest celebration.
Yeah.
That's all this is. And that's also where it kind of comes into like a celebration of the dead, because, when you die, you've been harvested. And, move on to the next stage. This year, things are just a little bit different. For example, the Cabot tradition, they're doing everything online through like a Zoom.
Yes.
We'll have the boomers. They're not doing it at the typical Salem Moose Lodge, which is where, we've always done. But we're just trying to make it a little bit safer the rest. I think if there's any time with COVID, this is a better time to talk to the dead than the living, because they won't make you sick.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's just a good time to reconnect with people and practice magic in whatever form you want to practice it.
Awesome. Hey, well, we got Brent and Emma with us now from England, so I'm going to bring them on as well.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi guys.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, look at you two.
What do we like?
Wait for the late arrival.
A little bit of color too.
Yeah.
That's gonna jump your chair now.
Hey, Brent, my brother, I've been thinking about you today.
Thank you.
It really is the best way to eat these.
He
I
had
got
chicken.
I got the nuggets.
Oh,
He
Yes.
shared them all around. We all had a piece of chicken.
Here,
Nice.
here's a
Oh
piece.
no, you have to take your chicken. You have to take your chicken.
I didn't even know KFC
3
did
pieces
that.
of that so far.
So, yeah, we're just talking about different traditions right now. Jenny just talked about how it was in Ireland, and Scott just talked about
The Wiccan.
the Wiccan and being pagan and their traditions as well. So, been really awesome.
Yeah, I think Mary, I'm interested to know how the traditions in the Netherlands change to from what we know or differ from what we've heard so far.
It's quite different as Halloween over at the States. If I think back, I didn't know about Halloween until Friday the 13th and all the horror movies. And they started doing Halloween Eve in amusement parks. And it started around 2000. The first time I went was in Germany. And there were some vampires, some zombies, and some actors, and it was fun. But that was the only thing I ever heard about Halloween. Afterwards, I heard the pagans and the Wiccans in the Netherlands had their own traditions and everything Scott talked about. But for the normal people, it started coming up around 2010. And the most amusement parks start to have Halloween nights 1-2 times in a week. And they had actors, made a show out of it. And in 2018, I do a bit of peeking at my notes. In 2018, they did some research, and by then, just half of the Netherlands had participated in Halloween evenings or heard about it. And from then on, some people were starting to decorate their homes. I know a few of my friends do. They have decorated their gardens or the living room. Not everyone, because most of the Netherlands had Catholic influence, and our focus was on November 11th, and that's St. Martin. And that was the day kids went by doors, had candles, and sing some songs to get some candy and gifts and that kind of stuff. So it is a lot different than over in England, in the States. Very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I know when Scott and I were kids, if we went to a house and they didn't give us candy, that's when we went back to threw toilet paper all over their front yard and in their trees. That's the US's version of trick or treat. If you don't give us a treat, we're gonna give you a trick.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't speak for everyone here, but I was a fairly unruly young man, so I was really good at putting paraffin on people's windows. So then they'd have to be out there scraping it off.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was,
since,
oh
You
yeah.
know,
Back then, it still is.
Okay. Valid point.
he used to, back in the day, we would have paper sacks that the kids would carry and they'd put their candy in as they went from house to house. Him and his buddies would water down the porch, so when the little kids set the bag down, it would get wet, which would break eventually, and they'd follow the kid and take all their candy.
that's nasty.
We were terrible. I even had a buddy that he would get in his karate costume and hide up in our tree, and we had a rope tied to the tree branch, and he would swing out over the children as they walked down the sidewalk. Hi-ya, you know, and oh, they'd all be terrified and running, and we were terrible.
That would have
I
been
love that. That's giving me ideas. Imagine me swinging from a tree. I have plenty of trees outside my house. I would probably end up doing that. And these trees are very weak, so I mean, that is definitely not going to hold me. But I would do that. We were doing some tricks that my makeup is running here. I think it's my eyes. Makeup is running, but we. We would give out, chocolate balls. But when the kids go and when the kids come around to the houses, and this is only I think last year, and we would give out chocolate balls. But when the kids got home to eat them, they were really cooked Brussels sprouts. Just covered in chocolate. Yeah, we did it. I mean,
I probably would have come back with a BB gun.
but we kind of just put them in bags and kind of hit our faces and just kind of threw them in. So you didn't know what house gave you what. But I do it with my own children as well. Oh, they call me, yeah, that's what they said to me. You need to dress up.
We have one lady in our neighborhood that gave out, she worked in a dentist office, so she gave out toothpaste and toothbrushes. which we actually appreciated because
Not when you're a kid,
at
you
least she
don't.
gave out bubble gum.
That's so funny.
Okay. I can't say I've ever had that given to me when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
apples and
Yeah. But I will tell you this: there were a few times when I would go trick or treating, the people giving out the treats were also doing the trick. I remember one so vividly. You know how every now and then somebody would place like a little dummy in a chair right there by the front door. Well, I went up. I went up to this one house. This is when I was living in Florida, and I was getting ready to ring the doorbell, and this guy that was sitting like, oh man, it scared me. I was crying. I ran.
So
They brought me back, and they ended up giving me like 10 pieces of candy. They felt so bad.
that is awesome, dude. I did that. I am that guy. When I lived in town and handed out candy, I made my porch the scariest thing on the planet. And yes, you coming on my porch to get candy, you're going to earn it because I'm doing everything in my power to scare the crap out of your kids. Yep, I'm that asshole.
There was some. I just showed a picture, and I shouldn't have done this, but I cut out pumpkins, but I cut out signs and pumpkins and put them in my window to definitely deter people from coming up to the house. I kind of like, I know this year is cancelled, so I'll still do the pumpkin, but there has been. I won't even be able to say what I kind of cut out into my pumpkins, and it's just kind of. I have done it. It came up on my memories as well, and I shared it again. But yeah, I put a few signs on my pumpkins and put them in the window, and people kind of think that I'm joking, but I'm not really. I have 5 dogs. If you ring my doorbell once, the Chihuahua goes worse. She's worse, and then the rest kind of all jump in, and it's kind of like ding dong, ding dong. No, you'll see the signs. She doesn't look like a nice lady, so they don't come into the house. I'm not a bad, but you know, I don't want to get up, turn my bell off, and the dogs will hear it anyway. But yeah, I get a kick out of kind of doing anything. on the pumpkin.
It's not canceled around here.
No, we're still having Halloween here.
Is it Brent and Emma? Is it cancelled with you guys?
Reading here, I know some surrounding towns are going to be on October 30th, but most of them are still doing it on Halloween night.
Yeah.
It's cancelled with us. We're not allowed to go trick. Well, I don't know. If the kids, I live in a cul-de-sac, so I don't know if the children are going to go around to houses. I don't know. Brent and Emma, it's cancelled with you guys as well, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cancelled as well. So I mean, the only thing I said, I have this big, huge pipe in my back garden. So if I decorate it and just have it from my front door, and I will reach the end of my driveway and just kind of shoot the candy down it to the gate. The kids
So
we need a catapult.
It's like,
Yeah. Brent, since you guys just joined us, tell us about yourselves.
you go. How are you?
Well, obviously, those who know who we are, so Brent and Emma from the UK. We run Be Proud together. Been running for what? About a year now?
Yeah.
Near enough. I've been in the field for 18 years as an investigator. Emma's just been about 3. And yeah, but at the minute we're on lockdown still, so everything's a little bit difficult to get out investigating.
Yeah.
now, what is it like for Halloween over there normally? I mean, do you guys have any unusual traditions that the UK has that most countries may not have, or do you have the same kind?
I think it's pretty much same as you guys in America. We do the traditional trick or treating. We do a lot of scare fest here, like
Yeah, that's a,
events where you can go and get scared. I know we've done 2, haven't we?
Yeah.
We haven't done it this year because of obviously the different situation. This year they've got a different one, like a drive-through cinema.
yeah. Seen that.
Similar sort of thing, apart from you don't walk around this year, you drive through it. But yeah, again, we don't really have, not that I'm aware of, many different traditions do you?
It's pretty much the same, isn't it? But obviously, you guys in the US, you go all out with the decorations and everything else, and the houses look amazing.
Some of them do here, but not to the extent that you guys do.
What we used to do here as well.
In Texas, everything in Texas is done bigger, right?
Oh yes, everything. I think a lot of it's kind of fun, like talking about different groups. Like if you're gay in America, Halloween was always an adult, it's an adult holiday, and you have like the more outrageous, usually outrageous parades, outrageous outfits, and today you can be anything. And I think that's kind of carried over to like straight Americans too, in which now it's more of an adult holiday than it was a kid's holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the kids that grew up doing it have grown up,
They still want to do it.
and still want to do it.
I can
Yeah,
still
I
do
agree
it.
with-
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I can dress up and go with my kids, and everybody thinks I'm just some
Little kid.
little kid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
Okay, so Scott's the shortest on the team. Team here is the tallest, and when you put the two together, it's literally higher.
It really is.
I mean, if I stand up, it'll.
Yeah, you're off.
oh, good
You're
God.
ridiculous.
This is not an optical illusion here.
I feel like Jane's got to really do.
Oh, you dress up as ET.
But you,
Oh my God.
but you
And
also
Tim, you can be on the bike and have Scott in the basket.
his
Cool.
I wanted to touch up real quick on what Scott was talking about with the parades, the Halloween parades.
Yes.
Most people don't know this. So we are in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and 25 miles south of us is a town called Decatur. And Decatur actually has the distinction of having the very first Halloween parade in the country.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Dating all the way back, I want to say it was like 1913 or 1914. They had the very first Halloween parade.
And and growing up, I lived in Warren, Indiana,
Yeah.
and being, growing up in the 80s, I remember Warren actually had a Halloween parade, and kids got to dress up, and we would walk down, and it was actually kind of cool. But you don't do that. You don't see that anymore. I think people are becoming less and less towards Halloween.
well, it's a different day and age. I remember the time in which, as a kid in the 70s and the 80s, you're just touring through the neighborhood at night.
Yep.
Everything was a lot safer, and
Yeah.
and I still remember like we had every house kind of went all out, but you could give up candy and not seem like it was on purpose. And that's a big kind of a shameful twist in America. It's like they
Right.
plus what do they call it, the trunk or treat.
Yes.
To do that, it's rare that they'll go around their own neighbor's home and actually do what was normal. And I remember
When we were kids in the 70s and 80s, our parents just let us run.
we were just out the door all the time. But we were out to go do something.
So
I hear
yeah.
no, that's a snore.
That's a
And I know
snore.
who the guilty party is.
Lady. Oh, she's so funny.
I'm curious for Jenny, Mary, and Brett and Emma. Do you think America, our country, you think it has influenced your countries more with the way Halloween is now?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. I
Definitely.
even in Ireland, growing up during Halloween, as I got older and I started going on the adult scene, we had Halloween parties. Every single pub had Halloween parties. Like every household had Halloween parties, and children were not allowed. Halloween was for the children, bed, 9 o'clock, adults, woohoo, let's go. And we did.
As an adult, I don't see a problem with this.
You had your time from 4 until 9, and now it's like the babysitter comes, and then we all get dressed and go out. Little things like that. We do this. We do the same. But we don't have the Halloween parades, which I would love. I would really love the Halloween parade. Yeah, for sure. We were talking about Halloween games, and what we did here in Ireland, the brack is the cake. And you used to choke yourselves to find that ring in that brack.
Yes.
And if you got that ring, you're going to get married. Oh, we would have to be separate. I know. Thankfully, I didn't find it for a very long time. And even that ring didn't work for me. So and then we had the apples. We had to dunk into a basin of water for apples. And then we had to dunk in the basin of water for money.
Right.
And I think they all thought I had gills at the side of my neck because I got every cent from that basin. I'm not even going to say the word I was going to say, but I got all that money. They were looking for water leaving my side of my neck like I had gills. Like I got all the money, and they given out to. And every time you got some money, you kept going until you couldn't get any more.
Yeah.
They had to stop me from doing it because I kept getting the money, and it wasn't fair on the other kids. But yeah, I was rich. I loved Halloween as a child. I was rich all the time. And just little things, apples and so on.
How many apples can Bob?
And we have a tradition.
Go popping for apples.
Just as many apples as Bob could Bob if Bob could Bob for apples. We had traditions of different. Back in the day, the best houses to go to were the ones that made the homemade treats.
Oh yes.
And now, you can't do that. They would take popcorn and with sugar and make a popcorn ball. So it was a ball of popcorn that was sweet. You had apples that were dipped in caramel.
Yes. Yeah.
Nuts. And now we can't do that anymore. Parents are too skeptical of what their kids may get.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because
There's
with
actually
today's society, it's daily, to be honest.
Well, there was actually an urban legend. I actually looked this up. There was an urban legend of a guy who put poison in the Halloween candy.
Right.
And all these kids supposedly died from eating the candy from this one house. It never actually happened. But folklore and legend like that spread. And then every parent became, nope, we have to check every piece of candy you have. Which when we were kids, we were like, they're just checking my candy to pull all the good stuff out for them.
That's what you do along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take your candy out along the way, and then you give them whatever you don't want. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But it became this. Halloween went from pretending to be a horror character to actually having horror characters here.
Yeah.
So parents just became so afraid to let their children.
And it wasn't just poison either, because there was a lot of
Razor
blades.
Razor blade,
Yeah.
needles,
Glass.
Yeah.
And
You can't really talk about Halloween in America without mentioning like Satanic Panic in the 80s.
Yeah.
There was a time in which, before, like if you're an occult practitioner, people just think you didn't exist. And then around that time, they're actually looking for anything that might even slightly be satanic. And that's where they start popping up with those, or the things they do. They're like hell houses. They try to scare the snot out of you and tell you if you're gay, you're going to hell, and other things, you're going to hell. And it turned very medieval in that way. It went from like a holiday to something that was, this is the night that the devil is going to get you, which is fun. because at least growing up as a witch, like we never heard. Well, we don't have a devil, so there's that. But also, we didn't really think that Halloween was associated with devils or anything of that nature. If anything, you got those horrible plastic suits, if you remember. From
Yes.
That mask that you could not breathe in.
It was more about that.
Not plastic bag.
And then
The reason I took my mask off
Yeah.
is because it is so hot I could not breathe in it.
I can breathe with mine on.
yours has holes in it. That's
Yeah.
These are scars.
I do have.
You the mouth.
Yeah, I do
Mine
have.
is,
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, put that one on. That's okay.
yeah, mine is
You gonna put it on?
Oh.
all encompassing. So
Oh, excuse me. That's so funny.
a great costume.
That's
It
so
is the
brilliant.
conditioner.
yeah, so mine
Right.
has like one itty bitty hole right here and two eye holes.
Yeah,
No nose.
Well,
Yeah.
and I,
Although we
You
did
do,
talk
yeah.
about, yeah,
Oh, do I?
you got the little ones here. We did talk about taking a knife and opening this up.
Yeah.
But
Good knife.
he was worried about whenever he would talk that the lips wouldn't necessarily talk. And I said, hey, I got Gorilla Glue. We can fix that problem up
Yeah.
real
and I would prefer for the mouth part to be closed anyways.
Oh my god. Mm.
Hey, I think Scott needs a haircut. I mean, it's getting a little bit long.
You
right
guys are just jealous because my hair looks good.
Okay. We just gave him a haircut online, guys.
Do.
What up?
She's the pretty one. She got the Annabelle going on, and you know,
And her costume actually is the only one that took any kind of effort because she's got the makeup and all we did was throw
Yeah,
on some
I
nasty old clothes and wear a mask.
it took me about 2 hours to put it together.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Did it?
Yeah.
I was sitting doing my makeup.
How long did it take you, Jenny, to put your makeup on?
Literally had a troll and just stuck my head into it, and it was. I was sitting on my bed.
I would like to see somebody do that.
you know,
See how that would look.
I'm looking, and I love the skull behind Brent and Emma, dude. That is
I know. I'm
amazing.
looking at it.
That's a Ouija board. Well, it's a Ouija.
What is it?
Oh,
It's a Ouija.
That is a Ouija. That is
Whoa.
awesome.
wow.
That's cool.
So awesome. I want that. I want that.
You can see the yes and no as well. On the,
That is amazing.
It is.
There's a lady in the UK, and she's an artist, and she will paint anything you want on shoes and heels for women. I think it's more for women than it is for men, but she'll paint absolutely anything of it, anything that you want painted onto shoes. And she's not cheap. She's not cheap, which I found out she wasn't cheap.
I know you told me that many times.
I did, and I found out she was not cheap. Oh my gosh! And then because when the sterling was converted over to euro, I'm like, I'm just going to pretend I've always had these shoes on my shoe rack. But the high heels, I was like, it was like Cinderella. The small was too small. The small heel was too small. The middle was too not high enough. So I got the highest. And so I have the Ouija board painted on the shoes.
Oh, nice.
They look
That sounds
awesome. It takes about 4 months. She's from the UK, but she's finishing up today because of health reasons and so on. But it takes about 4 months for them to be done. But I think they're my most expensive pair of shoes. And like I have shoes from floor to ceiling. These are the most expensive pair of shoes, and they're like the tan color, but there's all the Ouija board on it. So they're not small, they're high, so they're definitely a scene point. So people are saying to me, "You're going to use them for Halloween?" No, if I'm going out and I fancy wearing them, I'm going to wear them. There's something that kind of like the kind of shoes that you will definitely see. So yeah, she was expensive. She was expensive.
Okay, I'd like to change topic here real quick. Talk about something fun. When it comes to Halloween, everybody's got those scary movies that they always like to watch, either on Halloween or within a day or two of it, or sometimes you have that Halloween music that you guys would like to listen to. So let's start out with Scott. What is your go-to Halloween movie to watch, and your go-to Halloween theme song to listen to?
Oh, let's see. If it's a movie, it's got to be The Legend of Hell House. It's one of my favorite things. It was made in 1973. It's off of Matheson's novel. It basically has literally a haunted house. No demons, nothing like that, just a ghost. Because remember the days in which a scary movie just had ghosts and had to go demon right away. And it's got competing theories of how to do investigation. You have the mediums, you have the guy who's a scientist that believes it's not really anything else except for mindless energy, and then somewhere in the middle lies the truth, and that's just exciting. And as far as movies and music, I have to admit the music I like to listen to is either drumming or it's going to be from The Night Before Christmas, This Is Halloween. That every time.
This is Halloween. Halloween.
This is
Yes.
Halloween. It's just
My daughters had the Just Dance games for,
Yes, yeah.
and they had that This Is Halloween song on there. So I'm used to seeing my daughters going through the house. This is Halloween.
That would be funny. We should get a video of that.
Oh man, they love dancing.
So, what about you, Brett and Emma? What's your guys' favorite movie, go-to Halloween movie, and Halloween song?
I'm a bit of a chicken when it comes to horror movies.
For me, I'm gonna have to go with The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
always a good one.
I'm not allowed to watch it because
I don't do like the slashers, like the gory ones. I tend to stay up like on the paranormal ones. So for me, I'd have to pick on the lines of like The Conjuring House. Or...
It doesn't really have to be a scary movie. I mean, it can be a fun
Right.
movie
Yeah.
like Halloween Town or Casper or something like that.
I
Yes,
love
Casper.
My children like horror.
I'm saying it doesn't have to be a scary.
I know, but I like Casper.
What did you say, Emma, that your kids like?
Hocus Pocus, that's their favorite.
Oh, I love that.
That's a popular one around
That was
here.
the one I was gonna say.
We can still say it.
Well, I'm Annabelle, so what do you think I'm gonna say, really? Annabelle.
It's your choice.
Jenny, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite one is, it's called The Haunting,
I
And
love that one.
the 1980s.
Yeah.
And it was a true story with the family, and it petrified me. It literally petrified me. And I watched it only a few weeks ago again, because I put myself through this all the time. And it just when they went camping and so on, and I followed them, and then they moved to a completely new house, and everything was happy and cleared and so on, and then there it was again. Never found out why it was following them, but apparently it was a true story, and so on.
Yeah, it's one of the Lawrence cases. That was
It was a great movie. I bloody well petrified me. The song I love, and I don't know who sings it, I forget who sings it, but the song is called Somebody's Watching Me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hmm.
I do love that song.
Ultimate paranoia song.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
But what I really like is towards the ending of that song when he throws in that little twist of humor. Who's watching me now? The IRS.
Yeah.
That was really good.
It's a good song.
Lionel Richie. I want to say it was Lionel Richie who sang that.
I thought it sounded like Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson did the chorus of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The main singer is Maxwell, who was actually the son of that Motown, Barry Gordon.
Barry Gordon. Barry Gordon.
Maxwell, the son of Barry Gordon.
Yeah.
And the way that I read it is that when he did his contract, he did it without his dad knowing about it, even though his dad was the big boss of this record company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why he did it under just Maxwell, no real full name,
Mm-hmm.
and put himself out there that way.
Yeah, it was a great song.
Yeah. Okay, Mary, you're next.
I'm next. I like all the paranormal movies, but one of my favorite to watch on Halloween, don't laugh, Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
We all love it.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a classic.
Yeah.
It is.
it's really a classic,
Very
but
good.
also, something about demonic possessions, the scary ones, but Beetlejuice is really my favorite.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
And your favorite song?
Yeah, you gotta go.
This is Halloween, but the metal version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Metal going all over.
The only version I know of that would be Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, the Marilyn Manson one.
Oh, that's also a cool version.
All right.
For me, I go old school.
Okay.
I gotta say the original Vincent Price version of The House on Haunted Hill.
I love that one.
Yes,
Mhm.
the Hugh Crane story with the sinister professor who's pulling everybody to the house to try to awaken the ghost of the house. That's probably my favorite. Is the original Vincent Price, just because Vincent Price himself just had that whole scary demeanor and character.
Vincent Price was Halloween personified.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I personally love the song, The Monster Mash.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God.
Every time I hear it, I'm in the car, just driving.
Monster Mash.
Yeah.
That would be the next video.
So, I mean, I know it's kind of hokey, but I've always loved that song. So.
No, it's fun. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's what, to me, that's what Halloween's all about. It's about
Fun.
fun, family, friends. When I was a kid trick-or-treating, it was me and all my buddies out running around, our little girlfriends out running around with us, wreaking havoc and causing trouble. So, that's what Halloween for me has always been about, family, fun,
Yeah.
getting out there and just enjoying it. It was like the last day for all of us kids to go outside and play before the winter came and it started getting cold.
Sure. Mhm.
So us being able to go out and have that fun. So the Monster Mash kind of takes me back to being a kid and having that fun with Halloween again.
And to kind of go along with that, because I have been thinking about that earlier today, because a lot of people are always saying that Christmas is their favorite holiday. But if you really think about it, I mean, Christmas is over commercialized. There is so much pressure on everybody to make sure that Christmas is just right, or you're getting the right gift for that one person. Whereas with Halloween, there's no pressure at all. We have fun. We like to dress up. I mean, it's not about, oh man, I need to make sure I got to get this right gift for Annabelle here. And no.
Anything in money green is fine with me.
Yeah. And
I'm just saying.
don't get me wrong, Halloween is commercialized as well, but not nearly to the extent of what Christmas is.
Yeah, but I think there's less stress in Halloween, and Christmas is just a big ball of stress. And I will be honest, I'm kind of like, my children are 17 and 10. 17, we're good, clothes and makeup. My 10-year-old, we're working on it,
Yeah.
But I still, I'm always going to do Santa with them.
Yeah.
I have to. And then I've got 5 dogs and 7 cats to buy for.
And we'll put you on the nice list. Whereas on Halloween,
I never made it.
I'm sure you didn't. I know you didn't. Whereas with Halloween, you can go out there and
Yeah. Yeah, and you can, but you know, sorry, when we're talking about movies, your favorite movie, what's your worst movie Halloween movie you've ever watched, or horror movie?
Before we get into that, I like that. Before we get into that,
What's your favorite?
My favorite.
Yeah, I'll go last.
Yeah.
I've got 2 Halloween. Well, I've got several Halloween staples, but I've got 2 that I watch every Halloween night. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I knew you were going to say that.
I even have one of those clowns tattooed on my leg. I shit you not. And the original Halloween movie by John Carpenter. To me, I mean, it is so very simple. It's really hard to put it into words because it's not scary, it's not gory, not bloody or anything like that. You don't really see anything. It's more suspense. But that movie just draws you in, and so does the music.
Yes.
It just draws you in like no other movie I have ever seen. All the today's horror movies that like to go for that that make people jump. And to me, that's not scary. That just hurts my ears. Whereas Halloween, the way that John Carpenter did the music,
yes,
perfect.
Yeah, that song we used to play to scare our kids into being good.
Yeah. and for the Halloween music, oh man, I don't know if I could really just choose one, but if I would have to go with the overall, I would really have to say it is the soundtrack to Halloween, because again, it is simple. There is no overproduction to it. You don't even have to sing to it, although singing Monster Mash is a lot of fun, and singing Ghostbusters. Which, by the way, for those who didn't know that, Jenny's the one who talked me into picking that song instead of This Is Halloween, which was what my original idea was.
Was it? I didn't know it was.
Yeah, This Is Halloween was the one that I originally was thinking about doing because there are the different voices. But when it comes to doing Ghostbusters, it's not really a singing song. It's more kind of a talking song.
Oh, that was good for me. And even I had trouble trying to do the talking song.
I know. This is 20 takes.
I didn't send it to 21s. I actually, myself and Elsa did it. And I didn't, like, we had myself and Elsa, and she's 10 years of age, and she went through all the videos with me. She was in the video. And so Elsa's 10, and by God, has she got opinions. And she will tell you if it's good or not. So I went with her and I said, thank you. It saves Jeremy a headache that I didn't send him 20 videos, 20 takes. And so, yeah, Elsa just said, cut, we'll take the 15th one that you did, ma'am. And I said, great. As you know, Jeremy will be happy. So that was it.
So for me, the 2 movies, Killer Clowns from Outer Space and the original Halloween movie, my two go-tos for Halloween night and the actual Halloween
soundtrack,
the whole soundtrack, which I actually have on CD. Very rare, but I have it on CD, including Halloween's 2 and 3. That one is extremely rare. But the entire Halloween soundtrack, not just the theme song, but the whole soundtrack, the whole score that goes to the movies. Those are my go-tos. No, he wants to go last.
Why do you want to go last?
Because I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay. Mine would.
Grandpa's got to have the last say.
I always watched Hocus Pocus. That's always a staple. I'm not into the gory killer slasher type of movies. I'm the cute little Casper kind of thing. I do watch Annabelle. I do watch Conjuring. Tim is branching me out. We've been watching The Omen and some different movies here lately. So I'm trying to get more in my mind, but
we need to get you more cultured.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. Thank you. As far as music goes, it's Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Oh yes,
That is, I'm an 80s child, so that's iconic for me.
We all are.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, but you technically grew up in the 80s.
I grew up with the white glove.
Hmm.
Don't try to get me to go that high.
So I'm like Jeremy. My go-to, if anybody knows me, I'm a huge Michael Myers fan. As a matter of fact, me and Jeremy both have.
I don't have it yet.
I actually have a tattoo of Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. So those two are my favorite movies, Nightmare on Elm Street. And I do have two songs that I love as well. One being Thriller by Michael Jackson. And if I hear Superstition by Stevie Wonder, dude, I am dancing. I love that song. I play it so much
Perfect.
this time of year.
That's actually, I never thought of that as a Halloween song, but that's really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's really good. I never thought of that.
Out there that most people wouldn't think would be for Halloween. Like for me, one of my absolute favorite songs to play during Halloween that most people would never think about is Alan Jackson's Midnight in Montgomery.
Oh yes.
think about it.
I don't.
He's going to the cemetery.
I don't listen to country. I listen to heavy metal.
I
Well,
listen
you
to.
need to branch out.
I listen to everything.
Yeah. So there's that, because basically Alan Jackson is greeted by the ghost of Hank Williams, and he eventually fades away. Hank Williams does, and now Alan is thinking, did I really see him? Was he ever really there? Another one is, well, this is more of a biased thing for me, but is a song by Richard Marx called "Boy Next Door." It is basically a young child who pretty much goes on a murder spree. It's a very movie-esque song, and I would love to see that. But yeah,
You would love to see a young child going to murder spree?
well, as long as it's in a movie, yeah.
Okay, in a movie, yeah. I was thinking
think
like
about-
real life.
think
I'm like,
about it.
Jeremy.
It's Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that movie.
No?
So a group of my friends and I were together staying at one guy's house because his mom was out of town.
Okay.
Our buddy decides he's going to bed early. So he goes in and goes to bed. We're watching Children of the Corn. The exact part where the little kid runs out of the cornfield and gets smacked by the car,
Yeah.
he sits up in bed and starts screaming. Ever since that night, I've never been able to watch that movie again.
Wow.
Just terrified us.
So I'm curious. Do any of you have any kind of superstition during Halloween or for Halloween?
No,
None.
No.
Not really.
I
none.
don't know.
I got one
I
superstition.
don't.
Never go trick or treating with Tim.
Oh,
Like that.
I get a lot of candy
Yeah, see? He just,
because they don't want me to play the tricks on them.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rethink that theory.
I don't want to go to jail. I'm too little.
We're going to jail in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
yeah, you're getting locked in a cell this time.
Yes.
And that's the other part is I never got caught by the cops out doing all the stuff that
Well,
we
now
did.
you did.
Ratted yourself out.
Yeah, I did, but I haven't gone trick or treating in there.
Okay. Okay, so
I think
so
the
now-
statute of limitations is up.
on certain things. Okay, so let's flip that switch.
Okay.
Jenny, you were saying what's your worst Halloween movie?
yes. Oh, my worst
Okay,
one would be
let me
The Purge.
start with that. Let me start out with that, because the absolute worst movie I have ever seen. It's actually more of a Christmas movie, but it's got demons and demonics and everything like that. It's called One Hell of a Christmas.
One Hell of a Christmas. Never
Yes.
heard of it.
It is the absolute worst movie I have ever seen. The acting is horrible. The production, the cinematography on it, it is bad.
Is this the one with Santa Claus running around with an hat?
No, that is Santa's Sled. That's a good one. No, in fact, I got that movie. Let me go get it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what's your guys? Is anybody?
Mine would be, well, when I say most horrible movie, it's kind of something that I would be into Hannibal. I love guts and gory and all of that stuff, but the one I could not stand is The Purge.
Oh yeah.
I can't do that movie.
I love The Purge.
I just cannot do it. It's
Give me
oh,
one.
you have that movie. You have that movie. Oh
One
God,
After Christmas.
I need to have a look at that.
Terrible movie. Do not get it.
I'll YouTube it and see if I can get it for free. Yeah, The Purge it's a very disturbing movie.
I like it. I have that sick.
Crazy.
I would do it. I would be out in The Purge.
You'd be in the Purge?
Would you really? I'm thinking to myself, would I be in The Purge?
I
And
know.
most likely I would be, which is why I'd have to bolt my bloody doors down and get.
I think what
entered.
to me, the scariest part of The Purge is the whole Big Brother watching you kind of mentality of it.
That's correct. Yeah.
The whole government saying, because you can see it. It's something that you can see that Big Brother takeover kind of thing. Like the George Orwell 1984 book. That to me, I can envision that whole, well, we're overpopulated, so we're just gonna enable this to cut down our numbers.
And you don't get done for it.
Yeah.
And it also cuts down on crime.
Crazy.
At least in the movie.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they kind of release themselves one night. I would think I'd be burying a hole in the ground and I'd be going underground.
I would too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it disturbed me. And like I said, I love Hannibal. I love all of that stuff, but The Purge is a very disturbing movie, I think.
Yeah, because when you think about it, with a 24-hour period, I mean, one day doesn't sound like much, but doing something like this,
yeah,
24 hours can feel like a whole week.
You have a movie that just you can't watch because it's just too terrifying for you?
Oh, no, not terrifying. It's just
No.
a bad.
No, we're just a bad experience with a movie, so it can be terrifying or.
It really that movie. It's just I sat and watched it one night with my daughter, and I watched 1, 2, and 3. And like we would sit and watch horror movies, and we're good with that. We watch Annabelle today, and we watch another horror movie. You know, it's a Sunday afternoon. We do that. But The Purge is my daughter wanted to watch it, and I'm like no. And I've never seen they say no to a horror movie. And I was like no. And then I said right. I got the wine ready, and I said fine, we'll do it. So I watched the movie, and it's disturbing. I mean, my language, as Jeremy knows, the air turns blue. I mean, that's just on investigations. But when it comes to the Purge movie, the language is very has to be, 18s and over with me. I don't like it.
Do you have any, Mary?
Yes. The worst movie, it's not a Halloween movie, but Paranormal Activity, all sequels.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even watch it. I started the first movie and I shut it down after half an hour. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, I agree.
Scott?
Oh God. So I want to share is actually, it's so bad it's good. It's not called Poltergeist. It's poultry like the bird, Poultrygeist.
I've heard of it.
It's made by the same people who did Toxic Avenger. So if you know Toxic Avenger,
Yes.
you know what you're getting into. It is every bad stereotype you can imagine piled on. You think, oh no, it can't get any worse. It does. And it has people that are possessed by chickens.
Oh my God.
Because it gets really bad because it's on haunted Native American land. And then how do you kill Native American spirits? By hosing them down with alcohol, because nothing kills Native Americans like booze.
Wow.
And it just keeps getting worse each and every second. And it's got some special effects. They're truly going just to be absolutely toilet humor, but also nasty, but also just how do they do that? And it truly is a spectacle to see by yourself where no one was ever going to know what to say while you're trash for watching. But it was amazing.
Actually, I have one that I would like to add to that. It's called Dead and Breakfast.
Oh, yes.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's very much like a parody of Night of the Living Dead. But now and then, one of the dead characters just breaks out into song.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it's no, I mean he is legitimately singing about killing you.
Right.
Oh, he's going to kill you nicely.
I'm gonna.
Oh my God.
I know it's terrible, but I wanted to throw that title in with what Scott was talking about, because it's like every bad thing that you can think of was thrown into this movie, and it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Britt and Emma, do you have one that you just either turns you off or terrifies you or anything?
I have two. One is Blair Witch. It drags on.
Yeah.
And Fright Night.
Oh,
Oh! You're okay.
Oh,
I love Fright Night.
I think we struck a nerve there.
I still love you, Emma. It's okay.
Sorry.
He'll still give you a
I'll
ticket.
are you still using
Thank
it?
you. You, Brent?
Probably Shaun of the Dead. I'm sick of seeing
Oh
that
my
now. It's been
gosh.
on all the time.
Oh, you said Shaun of the
Wasn't
Dead?
expecting you to say that.
Yeah, it's a great
I
movie.
laughed so hard at that
Dude,
movie.
I do like
Very funny.
I gotta admit, I've never seen that movie, so I can't speak on that.
No,
It's hilarious.
it is funny.
Although I liked Hot
Very
Fuzz
great.
a little better when they play the cop.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, me?
Yeah, we're starting with you this time. Haha.
Oh man,
Well, actually, we started with Jeremy, but
I'm probably gonna upset some people, but the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
I hate that movie. I'm sorry, I hate it.
I've never seen it.
I have
Never seen it.
either.
That is another one of my Halloween go-tos. I have watched that 5 times in the last 2 weeks.
What?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I don't know. There is
I love
something about, as much as I love Jim Carrey, as much as I love watching his movies, I cannot fathom the idea of him.
In Dread?
Yeah.
Oh, he's fabulous.
Oh, he's amazing.
He is. He's fabulous.
He is amazing.
Jeremy just can't get past being a sweet transvestite from
From
transsexual Pennsylvania.
Even I know that line.
I love that movie.
So yeah, that is. I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time watching that. So I'm sorry. Oh, so you know.
I do make a promise. I will watch that movie one of these days. Just not.
Tonight when we're on an investigation, we got some free time.
What's
Bring it.
what's the movie that you can't?
Yeah, I don't like a lot of horror movies. Candyman.
That's it.
Oh wow.
Candyman. I cannot.
Okay,
I
She
can't.
watched
do
it
it.
now
as a
officially
child.
looking for a new co-host.
I cannot.
Scott decided to quit.
I can't do that. One of the scenes in the movie, the bees come out of the guy. I was young when I seen it, and it's terrorized me ever since. I can't watch it.
Yeah, it's a good movie though.
And I'm really gonna upset some people.
Uh-oh.
The '80s remake of Night of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah.
It was so hokey with the chemical barrels and all that. I was just like,
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh, yes,
No.
no, it was terrible.
It's supposed to be like a comedy horror.
There's not a lot of horror movies out
Or-
that.
My second would be Critters, the movie Critters. I hated that movie as a kid.
Something about that big ball just rolling down the hillway. They run over this guy, and when they run over him, all you see is skeleton.
Yeah.
There was one movie out, and it was a horror movie called The Leprechaun.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes, I remember the leprechaun. We have one.
Oh my god! Sure.
And it's so hard to believe that
Brilliant.
that's Ward Davis.
Huh?
That Ward Davis was the one that played that. It was so hard for me to believe that.
Oh my god! It was one of the most. I mean, the leprechaun jumping on the person on the car and trying to, like, his little legs kicking, trying to get into him. Sure, to be sure. And it's kind of like, are you freaking kidding me?
How great of a movie.
Kidding me? Like, Jesus Christ! It was funny.
Yeah,
one of the little cute Ewoks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ewoks. Yep.
You know, Ward Davis, Willow is one of my all-time favorite movies from being a kid. So I fell in love with Ward Davis watching Willow.
Oh
And-
yeah.
Of course, he fell in love again when he was one of the Ewoks. He was one of
Hey, don't be knocking Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
We are
No,
done.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just
Do you
saying.
know,
I need
do you know what I've just noticed?
equal time.
I have gotten some red. The makeup I put on me, I got some red of it on my finger, and it doesn't come off.
Oh,
Oh no!
I think I'm scared. It's on my finger, and it won't come off. It's dyed into my skin.
I do have one more question for everybody. What was your absolute favorite thing to ever dress up for Halloween?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
oh, that's
Mary, let's start with you, Mary.
I since 4 years I'm a Hollywood actor in Haunted Castle, and last year I was a victim of a spider. So I was dressed up like a very beautiful lady, but out of every hole in my face there were coming spiders.
Oh,
No,
I truly
way.
loved it. I
That was amazing.
really loved it.
That's so cool.
You know, somehow I can see that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can visualize that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Jenny.
Probably today. That's the best I could get. Probably today, because when I dressed up, I could have been like a nun, or, well, you're typically nun. Like, I'm wearing cross earrings now and an inverted cross on my necklace. You know, oh gosh. But probably I was a female vampire. I was like a fixing female vampire. And the hair was back combed, and I had this big high collar up, and my face was white, and my lips were black. Well, like, here we're doing it again. But that was probably one of the best ones. This is a homemade one. No, but that's it. Yeah, just a fixing vampire. That's the adult party.
All right, Scott.
Oh Lord, for me it's a different experience. For anyone that grows up like in the Bible Belt as a witch, Halloween is the first time that you can actually kill yourself, and no one's gonna like try to kill you for it. So for a lot of us, it's the time we go out in our actual ritual wear, just like normal, and it would just be like normal.
Right on.
Brent and Emma, we're doing our favorite Halloween costumes, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Brent and Emma.
I don't really have one. Like, my mum and dad used to put me in a bin liner when I was a kid.
Froze. No.
No.
Brent and Emma, what were your favorites?
I was just gonna say I've not really dressed up.
They may be having
Oh no!
connection.
Did you guys freeze?
They might be having
No, they're
connection.
just moving a little bit.
Okay.
Everybody
The
has
fact that-
frozen.
Yeah, everybody is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah.
I was just saying, I didn't really dress up that much. My mum and dad, when I was a kid, used to put me
Look
in a
at
bin
Jenny. She
liner.
looks right there at that frozen.
I can hear that. I can hear.
There we go. There we go. Hey, welcome back, everybody.
She heard everything you said.
Did she?
Yes. Brent and
Okay,
Emma.
we did not hear you guys.
Yeah,
Brent
we
and
do apologize.
Emma. Yeah, we don't know what happened there.
No, Brent, Emma, you were saying that you
let's
used to dress up in black bin bags.
In a black bin liner, yeah, with a witch's
I had
hat.
the same. Yeah,
I was
I
a
had the
little
same. Yeah. And
Yeah.
a plastic face mask that you couldn't breathe through. And all you can hear is rustle, rustle, rustle through the streets because everyone had black bin bags on them.
It actually got to the point where the UK actually brought out bin liners especially for Halloween with Halloween
Remember
decoration on them. So it was like proper like, yeah, it's actually like got with the times, but yeah. And
Don't
what you were
start-
saying with the plastic mask,
Yeah, yeah.
and your face used to be wet through when you got home because you were sweating that much.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Emma, we couldn't stand too close to the fires because it would all like smell. You could smell black bin bag liners from all of the children, kind of not being able to breathe through the masks.
I'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'd be upstairs on fire.
so funny.
let's say I'd probably say the best costume, well, the best one I've liked and enjoyed wearing would probably be my serial killer one, which basically was a big box of cereal. I was Rice Krispies with a knife in my hand. So
So great.
That is awesome, man.
Crystal, do you have a
That's on
favorite?
budget. That's
You guys gotta give me a minute. You had a few extra minutes. You guys go.
My favorite costume was when I was a kid. My uncle had a ghillie suit. So they basically draped all this ghillie material over me from a thing, and I basically went. I went as Swamp Thing.
Oh,
So I'm out there. You know. It was everybody, and it was funny because I thought nobody's going to know what I'm supposed to be in this ghillie net, and every door I went to, they're like, "Oh my God, it's Swamp Thing!" So it was one of my favorite costumes ever growing up.
Scott?
I have two actually. As a child,
Whoa.
human nugget.
They're still there. They're coming back.
oh, there they are.
Okay.
For me, as a child, bringing up the plastic costumes, I grew up listening to the band Kiss. So
Oh,
one year I got to dress up as Gene Simmons. So I was absolutely excited about that.
How tall of stilts did you have to be on to be?
It doesn't matter. I didn't need
It's not
stilts.
stilts, honey. It's the platform shoes.
How big were your platforms?
They were,
Probably
hey,
high enough to make him 5'2".
they were my mom's high heels. Okay, but I could.
There you go.
And
That's the horror picture.
Rocky Horror Picture
But
Show?
yeah, yes.
so, and my other one would be when we lived in town, like I said, I always decorated my porch to be the scariest thing on the block. And I actually dressed up as Reagan from The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
And we actually had a bed on the porch, had fishing lines where we could pull stuff and make everything look like it's flying and floating. And I was able to get, I can't even say it, pistachio pudding in my mouth, and I would
Pistachio.
vomit out.
oh,
And I literally had kids
Love that.
running off my porch. So that is probably my absolute favorite because, like I said, I love to scare the hell out of kids on Halloween. So That's got to be number one.
Yeah.
I think I may have found one of Scott's actual high heels from that costume.
That is it.
Actually, Crystal does Alice in Wonderland as well, and that's her heel from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my gosh.
Usually, you're not. No.
I actually want that shoe.
There's no way you ever
I
fit
put
in.
it on.
I actually found that shoe at a thrift store
That's a size 6.
and built a whole costume
women.
around just the
I'm
shoes.
Women.
I want that shoe. I love that shoe.
That's 6 women.
Show them the shoe again.
Yeah. I'm a 6. I'm a 6.
Oh,
Seven,
no,
eight.
there's no way you're getting
Six
it
women.
on.
There's no way, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna
I
work.
love that.
Cinderella.
For anybody who's actually seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show, all I can think of is the guy in the wheelchair with the leg at the end. That was just sit right there with it. Yeah. Wow.
You want to go? Or you?
Oh,
We're all
certainly.
dying
There we
here.
go.
Oh, jeez.
Well, we're still waiting on me. Okay, now we got me.
We're all just go.
Welcome to the 13th dimension where nothing works properly.
Yeah.
Okay, like Scott, I got to myself when I was real young. I went as a Ghostbuster. In
Mhm.
fact, I actually still have that Ghostbuster suit that even Scott would be.
Oh, just nug
Oh.
down. No.
Nuts down. Nuts down. Nuts. Nugs. He spilled the nugs.
that
He did
I
not
still
swallow
have
the nug.
an outfit that even Scott wouldn't be able to wear. That's how young I was. And then when I was either I think I was 12. I went as the Undertaker.
The Undertaker,
Yes.
and you were 12,
I was 12.
so just a couple of years ago.
Yep. So it was fun because I stayed in character the whole time I was out trick or treating. I just walk real slow, and all they would just walk, and they just walked right by me. It was so much fun.
I miss being young.
Yeah.
Oh, my turn, huh?
Yeah.
You're the last one.
I know as a kid, we always did homemade costumes, so I was always a clown, almost always. So face paint and stuff is kind of second nature to me. I would say though, my favorite costume was last year's costume when I was a ringleader.
He was a ringleader.
Ringleader.
That would have been
I
awesome.
was in the full hat, the full tail, everything. That was probably my favorite.
A really cute ringleader too, I gotta say.
Okay.
I'm legally bound by contract to say that.
I
Yeah.
know you. And you have my.
What?
Ooh.
We might have a slasher film end up here today.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we're all slashers right now. Okay, here's a fun one. What costume have you guys tried that went horribly wrong?
Annabelle.
Oh gosh.
No hesitation on that one.
Wow. So about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, there was this Halloween makeup where it looked like your face split apart,
Yep.
like the zipper.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So,
That's what I was going to do tonight, but I couldn't find. He got me the one that went on my neck.
and if I offend anybody, I apologize. But when I did this, I looked like a bloody vagina.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at Mary.
It was done horribly. I messed up the whole makeup, dude.
You know what,
And-
Scott? I'm
so
so
you
glad
guys
you said that, because anything else I say after that will be
anyone is
PG
offended,
compared to what you just said.
555.
I am so glad you said that, because you get me out of trouble with Jeremy, because I am not PG. You just made that worse. I'm so glad.
I still have that picture on my computer, so when I get home, I will show you guys in our chat that we we had, I will post that picture, and you're gonna go, yeah, you look horrible. So
I'm actually crying from this.
I apologize, but I ain't gonna lie, it was horrible.
You're gonna need a new co-host for his life.
That's like you co-host. Wow. Okay.
Anybody want to try and follow that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say they had this stuff when I was a kid that was green and it had like little bones that you put in it, and then you smeared it all over your face, and it was supposed to dry and crack and make you look like a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, about halfway through walking around, mine dried, cracked, and fell off my face. So oh my god, I had an allergic reaction to it.
Oh no.
So I was like digging and scratching, and I broke out in hives all over my face, and it was terrible.
But you didn't look like women's lady bits.
No, there's no competing with that.
No, there isn't.
But Scott, as much as that sounds really bad, I think I'm so curious that I kind of need to see the picture.
And I am actually currently trying to find this picture so I can show you.
Yeah, hold on. Will I show you mine? Will I show you mine? Because this is what I was going to do tonight.
So
I'll show you what I do.
I was just getting into the whole Killer Clowns movie. So the following Halloween, I was going to dress up as a regular.
That's what I was supposed to look like.
Okay.
It didn't work.
So I was going to go as a clown, but I wanted to be a killer clown. So I went and got me these vampire fangs, and I went trick or treating, and I would smile, show the fangs, and everybody would be like, "Oh, a cute little clown." I'm like, "I'm not a cute little clown. I'm a killer clown."
Say that again.
Yeah, it did not have the desired effect that I wanted. But I will say this, there was a costume contest at my school that night. I did go, and I won first place with cutest outfit.
He's so cute.
Gucci, 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 Gucci.
Yeah. Next.
What about you guys? Any of you?
Huh? Say it again?
Have any of you guys had any horrible experiences? Maybe not looking like women's lady bits or cute.
I think definitely one of mine. I don't think apart from that one I just showed you, I don't know, apart from right now. And well, my children told me not to dress up because I didn't need it.
Oh.
Oh,
Kids are rude. Just smack them.
Brats.
It'll take a while.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, I don't think I had anything bad apart from just
You actually have it on the
silly stuff.
Yeah, I uploaded it because it was for a Halloween party. The good thing is I got drunk.
you don't remember it.
The bad part is
He does remember.
His face looked really good in the mirror, and
Yeah,
we'll
I
leave
look-
it there.
it looked good at the time.
Did you have you found it?
Not yet. I'm still scrolling.
Okay.
God, how about you? Have you ever had one that just didn't turn out the way you wanted it to?
I had something similar to your zombie experience, except mine looked like walking roast beef.
Oh,
Brownish, shambly, and it just screamed Arby's.
oh.
Arby's must have been mad.
And they should have been. Man, they should have been.
That's when you just get a bun and put it on top of your head and say you're going as an Arby's sandwich.
I'm still looking, man. This was many years ago.
Mary, yourself, did you ever have one that just didn't turn out?
I was supposed to be a vampire, and this makeup artist started putting on makeup, and I put in my lenses and I watched into the mirror, and I look like a skeleton.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's still good.
Okay.
Emma?
I can't think of any. Apart from now, I'd say. Obviously, because it was like a rush thing, I just went upstairs, put something on, and I can't quite tell you what I am because I don't know. Right
You
now,
look-
I feel like a camera like Princess Jasmine, but
There you
I
go.
don't know.
your makeup kind of resembles the nun, actually.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Thanks.
Brent?
Not so much costume as such, but I remember being a lot younger and dabbling with that fake blood, the liquid blood, putting it
yeah.
on, and then
I wonder if that's going to come off my face.
I fell asleep and it still was on my face. The day after, I could not wash it off. I had red patches all over the place.
That's
Days
me.
after.
It's on my finger, and I'm not going to get it off my face.
No,
I'm
no.
gonna look like this.
It
So-
lasted about 6 months.
But
Yeah,
no,
wow.
Doesn't.
right, really?
My
Just in
brother-
November, you'll be fine.
You ladies will find this really funny. My brother, we went to the Indiana high school basketball state tournament. Our high school went for the girls' state championship my senior year, and I had to take my little brother with me. We could not find face paint anywhere. So my little brother took red lipstick and painted his entire face red with red lipstick. He looked like a tomato for a month. It was so great.
And the red lipstick stains your skin, so that would have taken a while to come off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can feel myself scrubbing my face tonight.
Oh, he was trying to use turpentine and get it off, and it wouldn't. Nothing brought that lipstick off his face.
Oh my gosh.
So great.
I
Oh,
think we can all agree Scott had the absolute worst reaction
Yes.
for costume.
Worst costume attempt ever goes
yeah,
to Mr. Scott
Yeah.
here.
this one or this way
Oh yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Definitely that guy. I don't know what it's not me. I look good.
Lady bit. What the?
Scott, if people
So-
are walking around trying to stick their finger in your face, it's not fun. Okay.
How many practice phone numbers did you get that night?
Actually, none, because it was my own Halloween party. But, like, there's a but. So when I was in my early 20s, I went to a Halloween party, and I did dress up as a woman.
Oh no.
And I did have a guy try to pick me up because he thought I was. I really thought I was a woman. And my buddy Haas, who I hung around, he's like, "Dude, that's my buddy." He's like, "What? Oh, yeah."
And there's more.
Our friend Haas actually lives up to his name, might I say. His arms are probably the size of my thighs. He is a big guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm-
really?
Eddie a big guy.
Oh, jeez.
I might find it someday.
Yeah, he's still scrolling, folks.
Well, I live actually. Me, Crystal, and Tim actually live about 30 minutes from Jeremy. So his internet and cellular over here is different from mine. So, yeah, everything's running slow, like my life.
Slow. I think the whole weekend just went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You did.
So,
And we still got more coming up after this one.
with being Halloween, did you guys ever have a favorite candy that you got? Like for me,
Ooh, yeah.
mine's a Reese's cup.
Yes.
I will eat down on Reese's cup.
See, this is where
Oh.
the jealousy comes in because your sweets are amazing. They're not even comparison to ours.
You got to show them that one.
Which one?
That one.
Haribo,
Right
that
there.
one.
Yeah, show them that one. This is not the one that he's looking for, but you guys gotta see this.
So
Okay.
I like to dress up. So here's a Christmas picture.
I'll put my glasses on.
Can you
Oh,
see
holy
that too?
Oh my gosh.
wow.
What's on your
That's
head?
That's a suit. That's a Star Wars Santa Claus hat, and Santa Claus is all over my suit.
Very cool.
I like it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's cool.
See, they like it. Haha.
I'm sorry. I thought he looked
Okay,
like
so
a cute
you, Brent and Emma, you guys don't have real sweet candy over there?
We don't have which ones?
We have
You have
sweets,
those, like,
but they're
sweet
not
candy
comparison to. Sorry, what did you say?
Go ahead, you're fine.
Which candy?
What was your what was
They're
the
not the same
question?
kind of sweets as we have over here.
No, we're very jealous of your sweets. Very jealous.
What do we have here, Brent and Emma? What do we have? We have crisps. We have usual. My favorite would be blackjacks, where they make your tongue go black.
Salad, that sort.
Fruit salad ones. Yeah, the fruit salad. It's a sweet.
No, we just. It's
You
like
say
chewy,
fruit
isn't
salad?
it?
The sweet is called a fruit salad, and it's not a salad, thankfully. It's called fruit salad. You have blackjack, which it makes your tongue go black. It's like licorice. You have a fruit salad, which is orange and pink, and we love those. Then you have your spaceships that has the fizz on the inside, and then sometimes you'd have your what do you call those? Brent and Emma, what do you call those sweets that kind of like pop in your mouth? Poppers, something like that.
Popping candy.
Poppy candy.
Which
Popping
one is it?
candy.
Popping candy. That's the one.
Popping
Popping
candy.
Yeah. Things like that.
explodes in your mouth.
Yes,
Haribo.
yeah.
There's a lot of Haribo. I'm not a big fan of those.
Did you just
Which one are
say?
they, Harry?
What did you just say, Emma?
Haribos.
Not
You say
Haribos. Not Haribos. Harry. Haribos.
I didn't know.
I knew that's what you thought. It's Harry. Harry. Not Haribos.
I knew that would come to like
Wayne, the town that I
Haribos.
live in.
Haribos. Haribos.
Oh, that's so funny.
We actually had a
Jelly
sweet named Harry Ball.
Yeah.
Haribos.
It was BAALS.
Yes.
Harrory.
Okay.
BALLS. Not the other one.
H-A-R-B-O-S, is it?
Something
Harry.
Oh, Haribos.
and-
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Haribo. HARIBALS. Haribos.
Haribos.
Stop saying it.
Oh my.
What about you, Mary? Do you have a favorite Halloween candy?
We have a candy that looks like eyeballs. And I really,
Yes.
really, really love them. Eating those eyeballs all day.
So,
You're more goth than I ever thought you would be. Wow. I like this woman.
Oh, absolutely.
How about you, Scott?
The one that I like is one that I don't know if it exists anymore, but you remember those peanut butter candies that came in either a black or an orange candy wrapper?
Yes, those were my favorite too.
I haven't seen those in such a long time. I've been like hunting those down because I have no idea why, but I've got such a craving for those.
Most people hated them,
Yeah.
but those were always, I looked forward to those. They were like peanut butter taffy.
Yeah, those things were amazing. I love them.
What are those?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
You know
about.
what
And
they
You know, black and orange wrappers.
Sometimes they would change the name up.
We've actually got some Haribos here.
have you got
These
them?
are Haribos.
Yeah, Haribo.
Haribo. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought it was, besides the other one, I thought she said hairy bum, like a bum, like your butt. And I'm like, what? I don't know what that is. I love Sour Patch Kids.
I am going
God,
to
it's a really
use that
sweet gummy, but it
comment.
tastes like crap.
Yeah.
But have you seen some of the stuff I ate? I will try it.
Yeah, we've seen videos of it.
This guy has eaten the hottest candy on the face of the planet.
Which one?
He has
Yeah,
eaten
which candy?
the
I
sucker.
I've tried the Toe of Satan,
You
which is 9 million on a Scoreville.
You need to video it.
He did.
I mean,
Oh, you videoed it. Yeah.
yes.
Did you video it? Okay.
So I put the sucker in my mouth.
Jeremy.
These are fake teeth. I have dentures.
You see
And
where this is going, folks?
I'm like, and I pull it out, and my dentures are stuck to the sucker.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and that happened on live video. It was a good time.
Oh
And
no.
if you actually go back far enough, that video is on his profile.
It is.
Just look in the video folder of his profile. You have to go down quite a ways because this happened a year and a half
A
ago.
year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And
Is it next to the
I
vagina?
was watching this and I cried so much. So funny.
Emma, what did you say? Emma, what did you
I said, is it next to the vagina one?
So as you can tell here, this is a live show.
and I'm Steve Urkel. And then 6 months ago, I did the Nitro Gummy Bear, which is awesome.
Yeah.
9 million on the score bill. And then I turned around and ate a chicken wing with another 357 score bill hot sauce. I was hurting. And so, but that's just how I am. I love to try hot stuff. I don't like the peppers. Okay, like it's hot. I want to try it, but it's got to have flavor. If it don't have no flavor, then
Nacho.
Have
Mary-
you done
Mary-
the chip?
the one
I
chip
would-
challenge, I've not tried it yet, but that is one I need to do.
Jenny is laughing so hard she's crying blood.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I swear to God, my makeup is melting. I'm melting.
I have a question for Mary. Mary, do you guys have Reese's cups over there? The peanut-
We have Reese's, yeah, we do sell them here in a
Okay.
few stores, not all over, but most of the candy is Haribo.
Yes, the Haribo.
Terrible.
Hairy balls are everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to send them some Reese's.
Emma, every time you say that,
Yeah.
I'm hearing something different.
Good luck.
Well,
My accent is
No, you're hearing me say it right, but
Okay, my favorite candy is called Smarties.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
yesterday on
Did
the way
you?
down there. Yes, I did. While we were at
Oh,
Dollar.
gosh, Brent.
So they're
Oh,
like
what you got?
Gosh.
What you got?
Sweet treats. Sweet. I'm trying to see what they are.
the children are fascinated
Oh.
with American sweets,
what's those like sweet farts?
so they always
Sweet taste.
Sweet taste.
hey,
What's in it?
Made in the USA.
Oh.
You found it?
Can't see.
you ready?
Oh no.
Oh, he found it.
You guys
No.
want to see it first?
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh my god.
Oh, did you find it?
What was on about?
Oh my god.
Oh my God, I need to see this. I need to see it. We'll compare, Scott,
Yeah.
we'll compare this.
I found the picture. You guys ready?
Yes.
Jesus.
I don't think so.
Something like this.
Oh, my God.
Almighty. What the frick? That's just, oh my gosh. No, I'm sorry. It's just-
That's my Halloween film. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks like you got a tomorrow on your face.
I wasn't lying. Hey,
Jenny and Mary
It's like a
have
baby.
Mine is better.
I didn't look a little bit worse.
Jenny, do you have red eyes in that one?
I know.
Why do you look like it looks like it's angry?
I apologize to all the kids. Don't just
We
look
can
like
try
this.
to be a family show here, but sometimes it slips away from
It didn't work out too well for me. So that
Jim's got to walk it off.
You win. You win, Scott. You win.
very
Oh, you're making me cry.
I thought I did a bad job. I actually thought I could have made it.
No, you're
That's
good.
so much
Yours was
better
a lot
than
better
mine.
than
Yours
his
is good.
Ah,
I look like an angry beaver.
I look like an angry beaver. Yes, I did.
That picture is perfect for like one of the
You did
20
have your Halloween picture.
Say
What
what?
will you put it on your page as your Halloween profile picture?
You know what? As soon as we get off, I will make that my Halloween picture profile. Just-
Please, please do. It's so funny.
I'm like your profile until that is changed.
We have just lost our podcast, everybody, because the audience don't want to watch us anymore. Scott's picture, stand them away.
I'm just gonna say, if I get anything from Steven, because this is wrong.
No, I'm putting it on my personal.
No, in the video.
Halloween makeup. It was Halloween makeup. Steven, it's Halloween makeup. It just went really bad and wrong. But I was
Jeremy, you might have a bit of editing to do tonight.
I was a zipper doctor. That's what I was.
I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this part here. I may have to do a little bit of a blur. I don't know. But then again, I mean, everybody knows you don't know what to expect on this show.
No.
Well, Steve, that was the biggest.
Paranormal or we hit the beyond.
Oh, we
Oh, totally.
And after all, it is a Halloween show. Costumes gone wrong. It is a topic.
Scott, did you have a picture beside you to guide you when you were doing your own makeup, or did you do it yourself, or did someone do it for you?
Actually, yeah, my stepdaughter did that. Yeah.
Oh.
And did she have a guide beside her to do it?
She should have, but I can't. I don't think she did.
Hey, hang on one second. I thought my mask was hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had the picture on my phone. It just didn't turn out that way. You know, I tried to zip it down. Yeah, that was. No.
Where was I didn't even see a zip. Where was the zip?
Yes, on the sides.
Scott, where was the zip? I saw no zip, just all pale. And where was your zip?
Oh, it was there.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
But you also got to remember, this is the same guy who, in another picture of his, is wearing a tutu. I kid you not.
It's green.
It's green.
It's green.
It, well, St. Patrick's Day, I think.
Negative.
No.
I was.
A leprechaun? Your day job?
So I ride a motorcycle and I go to a bikers party every year called Wetzelland. It's in Ohio. And sometimes we get a little too drunk I usually get a lot of drunk, and I get to dress up. So they talk me into stuff. So
They didn't talk you into it. You wanted to do it. They
that
didn't talk you into it.
There
You
was
wanted
don't
no
know.
force in his arm. One, it would break right off like a twig. Two, he is game for anything.
That's, you see?
Game.
but yeah. Yeah, I can be. I mean, my buddies like to talk me into doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking into it.
You know, I let my one buddy Josh Roseberry a couple years ago for his birthday. I let him tase me twice.
Oh
So
my!
he's like,
With a taser gun.
yeah, yep.
No way.
He's always-
Never said he was the brightest of the bunch, but
I'm not the brightest, but I'm
Well,
probably
he was after
Not after that. Not after that.
I am one probably the
Just
craziest.
do it, EMF meter.
We heard that very wrong.
Talking about that
that's
one.
the one.
Brandon, Emma, did you hear that wrong too? I heard it wrong. I heard
Yes.
it wrong. I
We
heard
thought you
something
said-
else.
Oh, you thought you heard taste.
Oh,
No.
I heard taste.
Tasted
No,
you too.
taser.
Taser, taser gun.
Electric shock.
No, not taste. Oh my god! Now I'm about.
There you go. You
I
gotta show it.
cannot. I can't.
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah, you gotta show it. You pulled it up.
It's a costume. It's Halloween.
this
Show
is
it.
a leprechaun that I'm always referring to on the show.
You and I will.
Stephen, when you watch this, just know I'm sorry. And children, you have to wear now parental guidance only.
Parental discretion is advised.
Parental discretion is advised.
I mean, all in all, we've always loved. I've known Jeremy for 12 years. I've known Scott for 20 years, more than 20 years, probably close to 24 years.
Right.
This is us. We've always loved having a good time, goofing off together.
Family.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. When
Bloody
the four of us get together, it's like this all the time.
It is.
It's sometimes hard for us to be serious about anything
It
because
is.
we are.
Yeah,
That's why she's the ringleader.
try and investigate with them guys doing this.
See? See?
Scott last night is laying on the floor trying to catch a little power nap, and in comes Jeremy and just starts petting his head. I'm like, guys, go do your stuff.
And her being all serious and everything decides to take a video of this and posted it on Facebook this morning.
Yes.
So she gets into the shenanigans too, so no innocent thing fool you.
I am an angel.
You know,
I am an angel.
Together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got halos being held up by your horns.
you know,
I always have.
we as adults now, we get so busy in life, we forget to just cut loose and have a little fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it really is. And I think a lot, like what I showed you, has a lot to do with it, especially this time of year, Halloween. You know, for me, that brings back so many good memories, being younger and, like Tim said, going out with your friends and having fun and getting candy and pulling those little pranks, you know. So,
Yeah, because when you think about it, back when we were younger, we didn't have the kind of pressures that we all deal with now, especially this day and age with the whole pandemic going around. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all serious, it's all business, it's all,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just gotta let go of all of that. Be yourself, be who you really are.
I'm short.
You don't want me to be who I really
High five, Scott.
Here we go.
am. I said, you don't want me to be who I
Perfect.
really am.
Are you looking for that picture again?
Well, she already knows you, so she can
No.
give us a heads up on that
No.
Yeah, that's,
if she's nice enough.
No, I'm just gonna let him do his thing.
Okay, so we're screwed, everybody. So you guys won't see now on.
Yeah, bye guys.
So, but yeah, you know, especially with Halloween, this is the time to have fun. Whereas, yeah, Christmas there's a lot of pressure to it. Halloween, there's not. Because you can be your normal weird self and nobody would think anything of it.
I have fun. I have fun.
Absolutely.
I just have fun.
Oh, I said to Joe Cracker tonight.
Okay.
Try and get the ball off me. It's not gonna work.
I said I have
He
fun
said
at
nothing.
Christmas because you're the one that has to buy all the presents.
Yeah, I do all the work. It does not matter. Yeah, yours is, oh, it's Christmas. I'm like, no, I'm wrapping for presents.
I'm sorry.
But that's for the Christmas special that we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Tim just goes, I'm sorry.
It's Halloween, as I've been describing it the last many years. Halloween is my Christmas.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So,
I love Halloween.
lyric of that I wrote a song lyric called "My Christmas," and it's a Halloween song.
You did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love Halloween, but I'm a Christmas girl.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
a Christmas girl.
you've seen some of my Christmas lyrics, the more dreary ones.
I did. I listened to them before, and it's kind of it is very. I did.
Just like screenshot it so you know right where it's at. Okay, show her that there is a zipper.
There is a zipper.
It's just the
It's
same
different.
color as his skin.
Yeah,
It's
that's
right
where
at
you're
the
supposed,
top.
that's where you're supposed to paint it. Well, you know, actually, do you know what? Because the zipper is supposed to be the same color as your skin, so you did do a good job of that. Mine was
thank you.
kind of like mine. I showed the zipper. Mine zipper was shown, so I did mine arseways, I think. Well, mine starts from the top of my head where you have to put it down and then you close my face.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have blood on the outside. I don't know. I probably just made a balls of it. I don't know. But Scott, yours has the prize. Yours definitely has the prize.
We'll be all right. Just pre-recorded. So, Mary, Scott, Brent, Emma, do any of you guys have pictures you would like to share with us?
And we're editing it, so.
No?
I don't think I have them on my phone. I have to check.
Excuse me.
Maybe I have to tinkle.
Tinkle time.
Let me check.
I don't have my phone with me.
What?
She's got hers. Why do I need mine?
Well, maybe somebody might need to get a hold of you.
I don't ever have my phone with me.
I've noticed that. So if any of you guys ever need to get a hold of one of the four of us, do not contact this guy.
I never have my phone on me. It's sitting at home right now.
A half hour away.
When my phone goes dead and we fall off a cliff on the way home,
Yep.
we're just dead.
Pretty
Can't
much.
call nobody.
Call anybody.
Like the Beetlejuice.
No backup.
See, I come from a much different background. You know, my dad was the kind of dad that, hey, Dad, can I borrow the car? And he'd look at you and say, well, Jesus walked. Are you better than Jesus? He gave you two legs for a reason. Go walk. So, you know, it's just one of those things where I lived for 30 years without 40 years without a cell phone in my back pocket. I don't know why I need one now. You know,
Yeah,
just where I am. I just don't ever have it on me.
Society changes with technology.
Yeah, but not everybody keeps up. And I'm one of the people that don't keep up.
Oh.
I'm gonna be back in 2 seconds. I need to run to the bathroom, but I'm gonna close my camera for a second.
Okay.
Okay, I've closed my camera for a second. You don't want to see me jumping out.
Yeah.
Actually, really, do we have anything?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. We're as soon as she comes back and Emma comes back and Scott comes back, I think we should probably.
Yeah.
So we'll just wait.
So as soon as everybody comes up, we'll just go ahead and wrap up.
Yeah, because my legs are
I'm the one sitting on the stool.
You chose the
Yeah,
stool.
I know I chose the stool, but
I gave you the option of one of these chairs.
yeah, I know.
I'm back.
I chose the stool so I could keep it.
And Brett and Emma, we made sure that we had nuggies just for you guys because I know you guys like watching us eat nuggets. So these are for you.
They're very jealous.
Yeah.
We bowed.
We didn't even know
No
KFC
corporate sponsor.
Just wait. In a few weeks, we just come calling us.
All right, they better. If Wendy's don't call me, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be done with your nuggies.
Or they call and they sue you.
Why? They're getting free advertisement.
Exactly.
In this day
We
and time,
actually, we were on an investigation together last night as a team, and we ate this pizza from this place called Yogi's Pizza, and it was absolutely
It was.
so good.
You guys seen the picture? I put my head there so that you can get that size comparison. You know about how big regular pizzas are. This was no regular pizza. We went for the biggest one that they had, which was a 20-incher, but we had no idea it was going to be that big.
What is 20 inches in centimeters?
I don't know.
You guys
did anybody catch that?
It was about half a meter wide pizza.
That's big.
Yeah. Yeah, 50.8 centimeters.
And did you
A
finish
little over
it?
half a meter.
Yeah.
How was the investigation last night?
Oh, it was good.
We had fun. Very tiring.
Mm-hmm.
No, I
You went
haven't
to it
had
as well?
any pictures.
And we tried out several different kinds of experiments that most of them we have never tried before.
Yeah, like you getting in a closet.
Yes, Jeremy was in a closet last night.
A really tiny one too.
It was tiny. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even sit down. I mean, it was about that big, that wide. That was it. I only had enough room to step in there, shut the door, which wouldn't latch away no matter how hard I tried.
Yeah.
That door would not
Not
latch.
right.
And I couldn't move anywhere. Shut the door. I didn't even have to take half a step back. I just leaned back and I was leaning up against the wall. I mean, it was a very, very small closet. If anybody had claustrophobia of any kind, I would not recommend them going into that one. It was small. I'm surprised I lasted, 15 minutes?
Yeah, right around.
Yeah, and the only reason I got out because you can't move. You're standing on your feet. Your feet start hurting because you're not moving.
Mm.
So I had to get out of it.
Yeah, we had a really great investigation last night.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Yeah.
Or as you guys are watching it last weekend.
Are you back over?
Oh, that's true. It was last weekend.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, pretty much.
Because we're not airing this till next Saturday.
Right.
That's right. Because I'm going to try to do some editing work to it. I don't know what I'll do with it. I might just put the whole thing out as it is.
Do
There
it.
you go.
Just
Do
add
it.
stuff in the beginning.
Do
stuff
it.
in the
Everybody
end.
will know what Scott's face looks like.
So I think we've about covered all the bases.
We have.
Yeah.
Is there? Do you guys have any final words that you would like to add to this pertaining to Halloween?
For Halloween,
Just
be
thank you
safe.
for having us here and
and have
happy
a great
Halloween,
time.
everyone.
Be safe. Remember, it is still a sacred holiday for many. There's a lot of good out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brent,
And
Emma?
be safe and be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try that
Be
dinner.
safe.
Sorry, Emma.
You're gonna try what there?
I'm gonna try I'm gonna do the set dinner.
Yeah, the dumb supper. Good
Yes,
time.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that because not even getting into why I'm gonna do it, but I have reasons why I'm gonna do it. Because I know it's tradition, but now I have a reason to do it even more so because of my home and so on. So I feel like there's somebody in my home for many, many, many years. So I'm going to do that to see if they will go, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
You know, you can have dinner at
Yeah.
my table and now you can leave. So for the last 10 years,
That's nice.
someone is in my home and it sounded really strange that I say that I like the company, if that makes sense. And that's really kind of,
Yeah.
because if anything was bad with him, it would have been, I would have known by now if he hadn't been bad. And I have, like, I sent the audio on to you, Jeremy, of Jeremy. I sent the audio on to you. Yes, you have it. You have it. Yeah, you have it. Yeah, take it out. Hello. Yeah, he has it.
No, you're supposed to send me a whole bunch of audios.
I know it was just the last one I sent you for next week. But so I'm gonna set the table and have an extra chair and do that to see, will it, and Scott, I don't know if you might know this more, that if it will heighten him or release him.
They'll give him an idea that you're willing to talk, and if you do kind of share that it's time for him to go, then afterwards open up the door and you can either use a broom to sweep him out
Okay.
and then sweep him out through the threshold, thank him for staying, but then say it's time for you to move on, you can't stay here anymore.
I did say at the beginning, when I was so used to him being in my house, I did say, listen, you're welcome to stay, but don't annoy any of us.
Mhm.
And a friend of mine said to me, Jenny, you invited him to stay. You know, you don't do that. And I said, well, he wasn't malevolent, so I was okay with it, knowing what I do. So it's neither here nor there with me if he stays, but I did say, don't harm my children, don't harm me, don't frighten us. But my children have seen him and felt him. My youngest has felt him, and my daughter has seen him in my room. And my sister, eldest sister, has seen a shadow of him. I've seen it at the corner of my eye. But there's a thing which a friend of mine told me, that when you see something at the corner of your eye, it's a delay vision, which I have to look up what he was talking about, because I was listening to him, but we were camping, so I wasn't really listening to him. But I understood at the time what he was talking about. So I have to look it up. But it's like when you turn around and look, it's kind of like something is going quickly. I don't know. I have to look that up. But I know a neighbor about 10 doors up the road from me, about 8-9 years ago, came down to my house one night at 10 o'clock at night and said, Jen, can I talk to you? And I'm like, yes, of course. And she said, her kitchen presses are opening. And I'm like, I never told anybody what was happening in my house. And so apparently the same was happening in her house. So I never really dealt with him in my home. I'll set the plate for him. But whether he comes or whether he stays or leaves, you know, sometimes he can be there, sometimes he can be quiet for months. So it's up to him as long as he doesn't upset him. I have got 5 dogs and 7 cats. Now, animals have higher senses than us. My animals must be special because they don't know anything. They don't sense him. They don't feel him. They don't. Probably he's not malevolent for them to care.
Hey everyone, I have an emergency, so I have to leave. So, just want to say thank you guys so much for everything. Appreciate you guys talking to me and whatnot. So,
thank you so much,
thank
Scott.
you
Thank you.
Tonight. We'll talk to you later. Hope everything's all right.
If you need anything.
So, yeah. So I don't know if he's.
Okay, text me and I'll bring it back with me. Sorry, guys.
It's just I know when I say animals sense spirits and so on. I have 5 dogs and 7 cats, and not one of them care. They don't care. They don't care about me. They just like, whatever, Jenny. You know, they can roam your house if they want to. We just feed us and, you know, rub our bellies and we're good. But they don't. I don't know if they don't sense anything. But I do have a piece of audio and a few pieces of audio from the house. I don't know. I'll see you on Halloween night. If, you know, with the meal that we do and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. Just make sure to communicate to him. If he's a human spirit, you can make him leave like any other human. You know, if you just,
But it's a bad, Scott, that I actually don't want him to leave. It's not really bad that I.
not really.
No.
It's just like being a long-term roommate. I mean, you just, if it, like I said, if it's a human spirit, it's just like having another human in there. But if you feel it's time for him to move on, just the same way if you have a roommate, that at times it's time for the roommate to move on, just talk to him in the same language.
It's getting to the point where you can feel your hair kind of being rubbed on.
Yeah,
And
he's getting a little creepy. All right, so like just communicate that is the reason. A little too molesty, and just, you know, say here's a dinner to thank you for being here. We've appreciated you. However, the lines you've crossed, you're no longer welcome here because of it. Now we ask that you leave, or we'll have to evict you. And then
yes, I did say that.
Sweep out the place, sage it out, and then when you're sweeping it out and saging it, seeing him leave as well.
Okay, so I open up all my windows, my doors,
Yes.
front and back.
Any single thing that you can have that would allow him to get out.
Okay.
With one side of the room, I always go east to west, but like whatever feels natural for you, whichever way the energy goes, and just start at one end and move to the other, and just thank you, but it's time to leave. Thank you. I'm glad that you're gone. Thank you. Have a great afterlife, but not here.
Oh, okay. It did start off in the kitchen, and then it went to the stairway, and then the hall, and then the sitting room, and then the hallway downstairs, and then the hallway upstairs. So every window will have to be opened.
Yeah. And just every single room, just clear him out.
Okay. I can do that, yeah. I'll miss him though. I'll miss him.
You can say that, but again, it's just like whenever you have to get rid of a roommate that used to work with your family, but now they're not. It's time to get some extra space.
Someone said to me, a friend of mine from down in the south of Ireland said to me, you have to sage your house. And I haven't saged it because I'm nervous in case I make it even worse. In case I heighten it up, that he thinks I'm kicking him out just like saging.
It just makes it unpleasant for them. It just makes it unpleasant for them.
Okay.
If it shouldn't, because it's a human spirit, but if it gets like kind of funkier the rest, the 13th dimension people have like my contact information.
Yeah.
And do some stuff from me.
Sure, I'm married, yeah.
Or just send them a friend request.
Yep.
Yeah. Send there to like Scott Perry, and I've got like a vegan thing next to my name, so you'll see my face.
Yeah.
Vegan.
Yeah.
But I can do stuff from afar, but because it's a human spirit, they generally leave if you talk to them in the same way. Like you're a victim.
You know what, Scott, as well. Sorry, Stephen, I know I'm making this a little bit longer because I keep talking, and Jeremy knows I never talk much. Snorted like a pig. But
I've learned from experience, folks.
You what?
I've learned from experience, folks.
I know. You gotta cut me. Just mute me, but not yet.
Not yet.
But when we went to a particular location down in the south of Ireland called I know, stop it, I'm coming. I'm almost finished. But when we went down to a particular location down in the south of Ireland, and it was my first time ever being there, called Duckett's Grove. It's an amazing, awesome history, amazing place. We were in the Rose Garden. And when I went, because I do audio work, so when I went back to doing audio work the next night, I can hear as if a male was standing right behind my shoulder saying, Jenny. And because I do all the audio work, so I have every piece of audio that I do. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, like I've never done this location before. Who is this man who's saying my name? And in Leap Castle, in Ireland as well, Leap Castle, you have a male coming through a box saying, I know you.
Yeah.
And I have that on audio. And I'm holding the box, and it's just me and one of my team members in this particular room that nobody goes into in Leap Castle. And a male is saying, I know you. But it's very distorted, but you can clearly, I can make it out. It is easily made out. So I don't know if somebody's following me all the time.
Well, here's something to think about. You know how you can talk about psychic abilities and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'll clairvoyance, clairaudience. All the rest of the stuff is basically your five senses being used by your spirit, right? In the same way, a psychic who's physical can pull up your name and background information. Spirits can too. It's not so much so that they're following you around. Now, sometimes you will get an attachment, but it could very well be they're using that same ability just to tell who you are and get your name.
Because they always, these are just like that, Don. That's good.
I wouldn't worry about it too much unless it's the same.
I don't know. I like it actually. Yeah, I don't mind it.
Unless it's something like
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing at her dog for snoring.
My dog.
that. I was just like, okay, it came from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I hope it was a floor and not other things.
No, it really was. I swear to you, I always say I need to take her out of my room because she's a snorer. She's like seriously a snorer, and she's in her bag on my bed, in her dog bag, because she likes to sleep in her dog bag. But she's a chihuahua, but she looks like a sausage roll.
Oh,
She's on a diet. She's on a diet.
that is cute.
Yeah, she's on a diet. She's a little roly poly.
Oh.
Yeah, she's spoiled, very spoiled. And the rest of the dogs around the house not looking for any ghost man in my house. No, they don't care. The cats don't care. They all don't care. They're all crazy.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up for this episode.
Yeah, we have a client in an hour.
Yeah.
I don't think she wants me to show up looking like this.
Why
No,
not?
it would not. It would freak her out. So
It's
if
pretty
that's-
cute.
if that's
I don't think she
follow-
wants me to
Thank you
show up
very
looking
much,
like
Mary.
this.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Well,
Yes,
Thank you guys
please.
for
Yeah.
joining us.
so this was definitely a very, very good experience learning from different countries and different cultures.
For sure, definitely.
So like I've always said, not only do we like to have fun, but we also like to be educated on several different things.
Yeah.
And
I even educated myself.
you
tonight.
guys on here with us, it's been very educational.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. A few things I'm going to try out as well.
From different parts of the world, from
Different
right here in our
backgrounds.
own country and different backgrounds and how we think and believe. That's why we do this, is to bring people together from all over. So
And that's what we
Yeah,
want
can't wait
to
to
do,
record
get the real truth out to the people so that they don't forget, how Halloween came about. All Hallows
I
Eve,
still had to look up.
where it came from.
Yes. I
So,
still had to look up.
Anyway,
I
I'd like
still
to thank all you guys for being a part of this.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yeah, and hopefully next year we'll be able to do the same thing and bring in more countries and
Yes.
cultures and backgrounds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we'll go ahead and sign off here.
Yep.
Go have a good night. Thanks for having us. I'm going to try and get this
Thank
off
you.
me. It probably
Bye,
won't
guys.
happen. But we can try.
Hey, Jenny,
Yes.
you and Brent and Emma, I just have to say there is one television show that my wife and I have come to love that comes from over there. Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
We love it.
All right,
So
we're gonna go ahead and hop off.
All right.
Be well.
So you guys have a
Thank
great
you.
rest of the weekend, and thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween, and remember,
Happy Halloween.
Paranormal or Beyond.
We got it covered.
Covered.
Bye-bye.
Ha 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 ha!